So if you need a dot plot, click dot plot. If you need a stem and leaf, click stem and leaf. If you need something, where is the median, quartile, and so on, click. But now we need only a standard deviation. So just use default and then OK. Mean is 35.07. Count. Sample size is 15. Standard deviation is 6.02. That is sample standard deviation, right? Let's make or develop confidence interval using sample mean is 35.07. Sample size is 15. Oh, sample standard deviation 6.02, and sample size is 15. The question doesn't specify the confidence level. Let's do 99%. 99%. And this standard deviation is 6.02 is sample standard deviation, so it's t distribution. And click OK. So answer will be population mean is between lower limit 30.443, upper limit 39.697. That's it. Good? Then it says T-score 2.977. DF, degree of freedom, equals 14. Because sample size 15, 15 minus 1 is degree of freedom, because this is T distribution. Any question? Okay. Couple of things more. Confidence interval for the proportion information. If we have 10 students here, 6 female, 4 male, then the proportion of female ladies 60%, right? So using this classes 60% female or lady weight proportion, we can estimate population, right? That is confidence interval for the proportion. Then this proportion, confidence interval for the proportion, there is no T, only normal distribution, only Z. So confidence interval for the proportion is P, sample proportion plus minus Z score is about confidence level, then square root of proportion, sample proportion times 1 minus sample proportion divided by n and square root. By the way, when we develop confidence interval for mean, then answer is mu, population mean is between, but proportion, population proportion pi is between. Careful, be careful. Okay. Example, the union representing the bottle brewers of America, BBA, is considering a proposal to merge with the Teamsters Union. According to BBA union bylaws, at least 3/4, 75% of the union members must approve any merge. A random sample of 2,000 current BBA members with 1,600 plan to vote for the merger proposal. Say yes. What is the estimate of the population proportion? Estimation using 1,600 over 2,000. Develop a 95% confidence interval for the population proportion. Okay, using Megastat again, click Megastat, the same one, confidence interval and sample size. First one is confidence interval for mean. Second one is confidence interval for proportion. So click the second one, then this one asks you sample proportion and sample size. Sample proportion is 1,600 divided by 2,000. That will be 0.8. But try this one. 1,600 out of 2,000. 1,600 divided by 2,000, and then sample size is 2,000, right? So type 2,000. Confidence level is 95. Is it 95? Yeah, 95. Always this one population standard deviation confidence interval for proportion is always Z, so there is no option. Then click OK. Yes, this one worked. 1,600 divided by 2,000 worked. So this proportion 0.8. 1,600 divided by 2,000 worked, and then this one gives you 0.8 sample proportion, and then answer. This is proportion problem. So pi population proportion is between lower limit 0.782, upper limit 0.818. Okay? By calculation, the formula, something like this, using Excel, same answer. Another example, a random sample of 200 newspapers is selected from all the newspapers printed during single day. For this sample of 200, 35 contain some types of non-conformance. Construct a 90% confidence interval for the proportion of newspaper printed during the day that have a non-conforming attribute. Okay, using Excel again, Megastat, confidence interval, 35 out of 200, 35 divided by 200, and then sample size is 200, 90% confidence level, then okay. Answer will be population proportion pi is between lower limit 0.131, upper limit 0.219. That's it. Okay? Can you do it? Number 16. Practice problem number 16. Try. Proportion. Okay, let's see. Miss Maria Wilson is considering running for a mayor of the town, Birch, whatever, Montana. Before completing the petitions, she decides to conduct a survey of voters in Bear Village. A sample of 400 voters reveals that 300 would support her in the November election. Develop 99% confidence interval for the population proportion. This is proportion problem. Excel and then megastat confidence interval. The second one proportion. Confidence interval for proportion. Proportion P. 300 out of 400, right? So 300 divided by 400. If the question gives you a proportion directly, then type proportion directly. 300 divided by 400, or type in 0.75, right? 0.75. Sample size is 400, and then confidence level is 99%. Click OK. Answer is population proportion pi is between lower limit 0.694 and upper limit 0.806. That's it. Okay? Got it? Okay. Next one, determining sample size. When we conduct something research, then we need the data. So take a sample. If we can get more sample, better. But usually it's hard to get sample data. So try to get some sample data, as many as, but how many is proper size. So determine proper size of sample. That is sample size, determining sample size. Sample size determination for the mean. To determine sample size, we need confidence level and margin of error, plus minus, and then standard deviation. If we have three things, confidence level, then we can get z-score, population standard deviation, and then margin of error and square. So if sampling error of no more than plus minus 5 is desired, along with the 95 confidence level and the standard deviation is 25, determine proper sample size for the mean. We can use megastat or using that formula. The same one, confidence interval and sample size. Click that one. Then, first one is confidence interval for mean. Second one, confidence interval proportion. Third one, sample size for mean. So click third one. Then this one asks error. Plus minus 5. So just type 5. Standard deviation is, given standard deviation is 25. And then confidence level is 95. Then click OK. This one gives you 96.036. Whatever, always round up. So sample size is 97. So answer will be sample size n equals 97. Very quick and easy. So practice problem number 20. Let's do together. We want to estimate the population mean within 5 with a 99% level of confidence. The population standard deviation is estimated to be 15. Then how large a sample is required? Excel, megastat, confidence interval and sample size. Click that one. The third one is sample size for mean. Error is five again. And standard deviation is 15. And confidence interval level is 99%. Then click OK. $59.714 round up 60. So answer is 60. N equals 60. Okay, next one. Too fast? Sample size for the proportion. If we have proportion information data, then decide sample size. Then we need confidence level and sampling error and proportion, population proportion. Using if we have the information like that, then plug in and that's it. If sampling error is plus minus 0.05 with 90% confidence and population proportion is 0.5, Excel again, megastat, confidence interval, sample size. Okay, first one, confidence interval for mean. The second one, confidence interval for proportion. Third one, sample size for mean. Fourth one is something. Fifth one, the last one is sample size per proportion. So click last one. Error 0.05. Population proportion is 0.5, 0.05, 0.5, and then 90%. And click OK. 270.554, round up, so sample size 271. So answer is n equals 271. Okay? Practice problem, last one. The estimated population proportion is to be within plus minus 10%, 0.1, with a 99% level of confidence. The best estimate of the population proportion is 0.45. Then sample size. Then megastat, confidence interval, sample size, and then the last one, sample size, proportion. Error is 0.1. Population proportion is 0.45. Confidence level is 99%, and click OK. Then 164.214, round up always, whatever, 165. So sample size should be 165. Okay? Question.